Today is December 1st, 2020. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good rotation of the earth. Welcome to the World Crown. Happy holidays and season greetings from the World Crown at Mazatlan and the Versailles. I ask for a blessing from the Holy Spirit to help you digest and process today's speech. I hope that you had a nice Thanksgiving and pray your Christmas holidays help heal you from the mass media, political news, and information conspiracy which terrorists set against you every day. The less bad news you listen to or watch, the better state of mind you will have. But do not ignore the news. Rather, keep tabs on it as if it were a monster that you are trying to protect yourself from. For those of you just joining us for the very first time, I'm delighted to have you. The World Crown is a new central government endowed by its creator and blessed by the power of God's Holy Spirit, who makes manifest the destiny of all nations and peoples. The justice of God is a critical form of support to our world from the Holy Spirit. For this verifiable and measurable justice, I offer thanks to the Holy Spirit on behalf of the good people of the planet. I offer everyone my prayers and personal assurance that the justice of God will see to it that every single conspiracy being waged against the good people of our planet comes to an end. Judgment is a period of time when the earth and the people, the good souls of angels, require emergency care and attention. The judgment of God is the protection of God from all forms of evil and corruption. During the judgment of God, preference and understanding is shown to good people and children. The judgment of God is the protection of God and the reason why so many souls believe in God. During judgment, everything is judged, but not everything is saved. God cannot save evil, so evil can continue in conspiracy against you. During the judgment, one of the goals of God's Holy Spirit is to set people straight about many things, especially matters of life, faith, business, and government, and all matters of importance. During the judgment, we try to warn people that no matter how intelligent, racist, atheist, or clever they think they are, they cannot continue in their conspiracies against children, women, and men. During the judgment, we write in many different ways to illustrate our point. It is my desire to keep you company during the judgment with bits of news and writing, and also with tender words, honest words, hopeful words, and words of judgment, a necessary part of the government and ministry of the World Crown. Welcome to the month of December 2020. I continue to pray for everyone who is psychologically or physically sick for whatever reason. I pray for wisdom to help us come closer together and also to help us learn of our world and help us in all matters of life. Our agenda today is a short discourse on justice. The economy is challenged by terrorists who are declining in their numbers every day. People want all terrorists taken at the same time. Imagine what a mess that would be. There is wisdom in the judgment of God, allowing people to change their ways and even become aware of the judgment of God. There are some people still living who only recently became aware that the world was being judged by God. The reason is because of terrorism. It is up to each one of us to pass the word to each other and encourage each other to pray during the judgment of God. The people in judgment are being judged for various conspiracies related to political power and financial wealth. The conspiracy being judged around the world are responsible for the deaths of millions of children, women, and men for cult, political, and racial causes. The mass media and news is a part of that conspiracy. During the judgment of God, new governments form and are undone. This is because terrorists try to take power during the judgment of God and pretend to be the status quo, or in some cases, the bringers of change. The judgment of God opens doors every day to activists, people, and government workers who want to do the right thing. Even now, around the world, government is being restored, but not without justice following it. However, there are many things people are doing to help their own cause, an effort which brings us closer together every day. The World Crown continues to communicate and write responsibly and effectively. The justice of God will help us clear a road for even better communication in the future. I pray to the Holy Spirit, asking for a good blessing on the judgment of God against the COVID-19 political, business, and financial conspiracy. And I accept responsibility for today's judgment against the conspiracy, hoping that people do not continue in their rebellion in the absence of those who will be brought to justice. Welcome to the month of December 2020. December is the 12th and final month of the year in the Julian and Gregorian calendar. It is also the last of 7 months to have a length of 31 days. December got its name from the Latin word decem because it was once the 10th month of the year. December 24th and December 25th are the highlights of this month. During these days, more than 2,000 years ago, Jesus Christ was born. And since then, all time has been measured because of his miraculous and memorable incarnation and gift given to the people for the forgiveness of sins. The Holy Spirit and good people made a religion out of it that is now more than 2,000 years old. Since then, Jesus has returned to rule and judge the earth many times, and we have lived with him now through 2 millennia. Forgive me for talking in the third person, but I find it appropriate to do so. Political news and general information from the media remain in a state of emergency. Rest assured that the justice of God is on our side. Be sure to pray to the Holy Spirit for a good blessing on the judgment of God every day. I give you my peace. May the peace of the Holy Spirit of God that surpasses all understanding be with you also. May the good people be blessed and saved every day. Have a happy holiday season and a Merry Christmas to you all.